sometime in 2009, the Men of Peace, who were just 5 young men then, who were just friends from the church, we loved to go visitation, sing together, just find the fellowship of one another. And then it transcended to singing together, picking our voices, and enjoying doing that. We spent a lot of time together, and sometime on the 1st of January 2009, we decided to make a first entry on the stage.
When Pastor Obadido Kochi came to preach in Nyanya Church, so 5 of us, we just decided to have a special song. We did wonderfully well, but I thought it was that, wow, I think we should do something better than this.
And all the way from then till now, it's been one mission activity to the next, and we thank God for how far we've come.
There are 5 pioneer members of Men of Peace. Myself, Chigozie below. We have Sam Wokoma, we have Charles Mwigwe, we have Victor Nwabeke, and Prince Joel.
But today we are 6 on stage. We have technical members at the back, people who do some other things beyond the stage appearances. But today we are 6. Of that 6, there are 3 new additions. We have Sam Wokoma, Chigozie below, Charles Mwigwe, Precious Amugo, Stephen Sampson, and Isaac David. The core of our activities go around welfareism, humanitarian services, ministry to young people, education, enlightenment, empowerment, ministry to widows, orphans, and less privileged, and ministry to the fellowship, the body of Christ, especially within the church. Oftentimes, some of our projects, we take up medical support for medical challenge in the hospitals all around. Some people need wheelchairs, some people need medical support, they can't get enough, but if we get a hint of it, we oftentimes make the effort to go on out. We try to meet the needs as much as we can. We have what we call the Inner Fellowship. The Inner Fellowship is a program wherein one Sunday every month, for 1 hour, especially between the hours of 6 a.m. and 7 a.m., we pick a family anywhere where we just have a special fellowship for 1 hour in the morning. Oftentimes we do this for members of the household of faith or on recommendations to people outside our faith, so that we are able to strengthen one another. Sometimes there are people who can speak about the things they go through, so we more or less step in, share that time of fellowship together.
Being close to Men of Peace just brings out one great manifestation of God's goodness in anybody's life. I was thinking they are just thinking good, but I know I've been privileged to see them visit Motherless Babies Home, go to pray for the sick, touch people in an uncommon way. And one unique thing about them is that when they sing and want to touch life, they see it as an opportunity to bring healing to people. So it's really phenomenal. It's unique about them. They don't just sing, they see it as a way of ministry. Let me put it that way, evangelism generally. So they are one group that God, to me, has sent. And I know they've come to stay.
Men of Peace have wonderful entertainment music, spiritual entertainment. Their music is spiritual. And the programs they hold in this church is not only to entertain people with spiritual music, it's also evangelistic in nature.
They are self-supporting ministry of the Seventh-day Adventist Church, and they are into music and other humanitarian services. We have a special flagship program, the 150 minutes of praise and prayer. 150 minutes of praise and prayer was born 8 years ago. In 2011, we conceived the idea of an in-reach and an outreach program where anybody at all can walk into an atmosphere of praise and prayer, where there is intercession and there is praise. It is not so much of church service, but it is a program wherein people can find fellowship under the atmosphere of a typical Seventh-day Adventist heritage worship system.
150 minutes of praise and prayer started in the year 2012 with the first one tagged there, He is Risen. Okay, now after that We have the one of 2013, which we tagged Second Touch. Yes, I remember vividly. Alright, now the third one came up in 2014, okay, with the theme Agorazo. 2015, okay. Now we have the one called Koinonia, yes. Then in 2016, we have a Secret Place. Okay, while in 2017, we have the one we call the Ebenezer. Now 2018, which was last year, we had a Mercy Seat. By God's grace, this year, Beyond Peace God is going to be the theme of this year's edition of 150 Minutes of Prayer and Praise.
Peace God is an experience. The 150 minutes of faith is coming up very soon, and I know it's going to be very good. It's a medium of evangelism where souls are touched and life is being won for Christ.
150 minutes of praise and prayer is a program that's designed to touch lives, people coming together, fellowship in songs, and submitting all your problems in prayer.
It's a program I always look forward to. Spirit-filled program, quite entertaining, lovely program, well structured and organized. The best program and the best place to be any day, anytime.
Well, in fact, I'm one of the persons that look forward to it coming yearly.
I've attended all of them so far. Wherever the venue is, I must make sure I get there.
Actually, I've attended like 5 or thereabouts. I've always been attending, and it's been a wonderful experience. Prayer, songs, and every other thing, and it has always been wonderful.
Yes, I've attended it more than 3-4 times.
Wow.
And it's quite captivating, quite spiritual and quite entertaining. It attracts a lot of souls to the Lord. They are unique. Their songs are unique, and their programs, they plan them very well. We enjoy them.
In fact, they are people set apart to deliver this gospel message to the whole world. I know that they are keen about this message. They sing, the way they sing is quite different from the way other singing groups sing. I know that they have gone to Dubai, to so many other places to render their services to God and humanity.
150 minutes of praise and prayer this year is going to be in 2 folds. We're going to be having a special Thanksgiving service at the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Kubwa. Now, the reason is this: we will love friends and lovers of the Men of Peace ministry, those who by God's grace we have blessed in the course of our 10 years of ministry, to walk into a Seventh-day Adventist church and worship with us in Thanksgiving. Then 150 minutes of praise and prayer will happen in the afternoon. So on August the 31st by 9 a.m. the worship of Thanksgiving will be at Seventh-day Adventist Church in Kubwa, and by 2 p.m. the 150 minutes of praise and prayer will commence at the NAF International Conference Center in Jati, Abuja.
This year's edition is special in the sense that it coincided with our 10th year anniversary. So I must tell you categorically that it's going to be a remarkable occasion. It's going to be an event that every member of Adventists and even our friends in Nigeria and worldwide will remember. So on that day, let me tell you one of the things you should expect. The widows, some widows will be made to smile on that day. Heaven will come down and the glory will fill all our souls through prayers that will be answered, through special songs, and you see gifts, talents that will be displayed by the grace of God.
For us, 10 years on, we've taken a stronger commitment to the cause to which God has picked us out for. We take a stronger commitment to this cause because we have taken account over the years of how God has led us in our businesses, in our families, in the successes that He has brought our way. And we are not oblivious of what He's doing, so we have taken a stronger commitment. What do we expect from here on? We expect from our friends and loved ones to pray for us more, to call in more. We work in partnership with everybody everywhere to reach as many lives as possible with the sweetness and the goodness of the gospel that for which we have been benefactors of.
Challenges include our nature of work. You know that virtually all of us, we are working, combining the ministry with, the business.
Challenges we have as a ministry and as an organization is not peculiar to us. It's challenges that are common to everything that is bound to succeed. Oftentimes it's difficult to drive a non-tangible vision. For example, you share an idea of how a simple idea that was born in a small corner in Nyanya can affect the whole of Abuja, affect the whole of Nigeria. It is not easy for others around to see what you see. So the kind of challenges we face are always a challenge of breaking walls, breaking barriers, breaking the traditions of how things are done to a better way of passing the message and bearing the good news of the gifts that we have, of the calling that God has placed in our hands, and to make sure it gets to those who God has designed it to get to.
The next 5 years, I see the Men of Peace, having our own studio, having our own television station by God's grace. So I'm seeing the Men of Peace going higher every day.
By the grace of God, Men of Peace is going to move from glory to glory. We are expectant that by the grace of God, within the next 5 years, we will be fully recognized as International Adventist Independent Ministry. We also have the hope that by the grace of God, that Men of Peace will leave a monumental structure in this country. I will not disclose the part where it has to be, but there will be a monumental structure for evangelism where people, when you see it, you know that yes, this edifice is for Adventists and it is meant for evangelism.
In the next 5 years, I see Men of Peace as an internationally recognized gospel organization touching the lives of people not only in Nigeria but across the world.
Wishes for them is that the Lord will help them in their administration, in their ministry, and that they should continue touching lives in a positive manner.
I am wishing them all that they wish themselves and praying that the Lord God will continue to lead them as they journey towards evangelizing the world. I wish them the best of luck, and I pray that they will grow to a higher height.
I wish them more blessings and for God to uplift them to another level and another stage.
I wish them more grace in their voices. I pray that God should help them to compose more spiritual songs that will not only entertain people but will make people to come to Christ.
Oh, I wish them happy anniversary. The Lord will continue to bless their ministry and make them to progress in Jesus' name.
I pray that God will continue to give them more wisdom and understanding to spread the gospel around the world.